welcome again to the Cryptocurrencies show, and I'm on my favorite airline now, Airasia. And Airasia is a Malaysian success story and it's about to hold its ICO. So should we go in? How do we get in? I'm going to see you on the inside, okay? Give you some tips on this very exciting opportunity that you should not miss. Mark my words, the way to the moon is through Airasia. Guys, I'm at Penang Airport and all you can see here are Airasia planes, okay? Airasia, that's how powerful this ICO is gonna be. So after another tiring trip to the East Coast, talked to so many people at the university, going back now to KL, and what else if not Airasia. Don't forget, go get the Bitcoin, okay? It's a great ICO you gotta get into.
Hello, and welcome to another show here where we're gonna talk about Airasia, the talk of the town. Guys, this is huge. We've heard of Telegram and it has been making waves. Now here is another major company going for an ICO. And it's on Airasia, which is the top budget airline in the world 9 years in a row. It is the pride of Malaysia, and they are going to come up with an ICO which will feature Bitcoin, B-I-G-C-O-I-N, not Bitcoin. Okay, many people when you hear this, well, that's Bitcoin, Cryptocurrencies. How can Airasia come up with Bitcoin? Yes, you are right. It is Bitcoin, and this is going to be coming very soon to expand into new markets alongside the launch of Bitcoin, a proprietary currency that will see its own initial coin offering. So, we don't know yet whether it's going to develop its own blockchain. We don't know yet what blockchain it's going to use, but it would be good to prepare for this ICO, depending on, what is going to come out, and based on the history of Airasia, especially in its IPO before, comprising Airasia and Airasia X. And I made this video especially for my friend here. I want you to go in and follow him, guys. Follow him on Facebook. Just find this, Johnny Tong. Follow this guy. Okay, he's a great guy. He's in Vietnam and he is a very influential cryptocurrency person there. So go and learn from him. Okay, guys, got a lot of things to learn from more experienced people. A guy who has a very huge community. So I would encourage you to go and press the friend thing. Follow his page. Just follow. So we're gonna go now into Airasia, which is probably the most exciting ICO ever to come out of Malaysia, or it's gonna come out of Malaysia soon. Now I'm gonna go here and you're gonna see here the Airasia website. It's a very clean website, okay? And here, what's very unique about Airasia is that our flight fares are probably the cheapest in the world, and we also have big points. This is essentially the miles, okay? It's like air miles, or for Malaysia Airlines, you have enriched. This is the frequent flyer miles. I'm going to use red, okay, guys, because red is the color of Airasia, and for Chinese they also like red, so let's use red. So this is the big points, and it is these big points that will be offered during the ICO. And right now what we can do in Airasia is that we can ride, go on flights using big points, and we can also buy lots of stuff using big points. So it is something that is actually very useful. And here I just put an example of, flying to Kuala Lumpur, where I'm currently based, to Ho Chi Minh. Let's just play around with this and just see how much it will cost, so that you guys get an idea of how really good Airasia is. They have managed to balance the low cost of flights with making money and becoming a very successful company. So just apply to Ho Chi Minh City is going to cost about, what is this? 140 ringgit, man, divided by 4, that's about 35 US dollars, okay guys? I mean, 35 US dollars is ridiculously cheap, okay? It is ridiculously cheap. And what if I'm coming back? How much will that cost? Well, this is slightly more expensive. It's 207. That's about 55 dollars US. So just going to Ho Chi Minh City from Kuala Lumpur, it's gonna cost me about what's that? 90? That's 90 bucks, guys. 90 bucks. That is so cheap, and it's also cheap in ringgits. And this is the secret of sauce of AirAsia. Gives you just enough service. I don't think it's really excellent, but I'm happy with it. It gives you just enough service for a very low price, and I just love the low price, okay? I must admit that I am an AirAsia addict, and now I'm gunning for the ICO because I previously had also participated, okay? I had participated in AirAsia's IPO and also AirAsia X's IPO. So it's only natural that I am now going to support the ICO, and I hope our friends worldwide, especially from Vietnam, can also participate in this exciting opportunity that we're going to have by this year. So when you always talk about AirAsia, when you talk about the secret sauce, you know, it's really about this CEO called Tony Fernandez. He was from the music industry, a la Richard Branson of Virgin. So it looks like all the guys who are from the music industry make really, really great airline CEOs. So AirAsia was actually a failed airline, okay? A failed airline, and they were bought in 2001 by Tony Fernandez for only 1 ringgit. That's like, how much is that? That's like 25 cents, man. Man, of course he had to take a lot of debt because no one's gonna sell you something for 25 cents, okay? USD, and it's now currently valued at US 3 billion. Yeah, that's a lot of money. So he also had to undertake debt of US 10 million or ringgit 40 million at that time. They have been crowned the world's best low-cost airline for 9 years in a row. Well, this was during when it was 8. They got another one, okay? Trust me, they got another one. It is now 9 years in a row. They also have AirAsia Indonesia, AirAsia Philippines, and also JVs in India and Japan. There was an IPO of AirAsia in 2006 and AirAsia X in 2013, which I had participated in. So in Malaysia, we know that Tony Fernandez is very, very powerful. He is known to wield very strong political influence, and this is why I think this would be very, very successful. Because I think that not only do you need business acumen, you also need a very strong political influence, especially if you are going into a new business and are bound to disrupt many, many people. In fact, you guys remember a couple of years ago, AirAsia even had a comprehensive framework agreement with the national airlines, Malaysia Airlines. But although that there was a lot of pushback against this idea, which I thought was very good at that time, okay, because Malaysia Airlines were like leaking money away and AirAsia was making money. There was a pushback from the political people and also Malaysia Airlines, so they had to cancel that. But just knowing from that episode, you know that what Tony wants, he can get his way, or rather he's very persistent, and this time at least we hope he gets his way because we are fond supporters of AirAsia's ICO, okay? So we want Tony to get his way. And here's Tony. So a bet on the AirAsia ICO is very simple. Do you believe in Tony Fernandez? So he also said, I think he knows this already. What he's saying the right words now. The biggest asset is data, okay? and they are going to monetize that data over several joint ventures. And see, they have the ICO, and this ICO, he said, can easily be transferred to the blockchain. What? Well, somebody's asking, well, what blockchain is that, Cryptovader? Is it Icon? Is it Ethereum? Is it Neo? Is it Quarkchain? I don't know, guys. I don't know. Go and ask Tony, okay? But when we do have an update on this, granted, we will tell you. We're not even sure whether Airasia is going to develop its own blockchain or not. Let's wait. So there was a significant development recently when Airasia actually sold off, guys, take this. They sold off their very profitable leasing arm. It was low risk, and Airasia used to buy a lot of planes in bulk, and then they leased those planes to Airasia. Okay, the leasing arm leased those planes to Airasia. So this was a stable, low-risk business, but they recently sold it, and they gave most of the gains as dividends back to shareholders like me. And like this analyst said from Hong Kong-based Oakland's Path Capital Management, now that sold, earnings will come down and become more volatile. And I think they sold something they should not have sold. At least this guy said, well, my dear friend, when you say that, I don't think you know who Tony is. I am sure Tony is going to send Airasia to the moon, because I'm sure that in his idea, he has very big ideas. He is now going to go out and disrupt this industry. This is what we want. Disrupt the industry. Not so much the airline industry. I think he is now in a position to disrupt the financial services industry in Malaysia. And if he does that, guys, you guys wait, because he is going to attack ASEAN very, very soon. Okay, so he's going to disrupt the industry here. And if you look at the movement at the price of the shares of Airasia, guys, like an ICO, which I recommended last year, which was called Naga. You know, I saw Naga went up like 5 times during the IPO in June, and I said, hey, if it goes up 5 times during IPO, then it's gonna go up 5 times during ICO, and it did. So in order to predict whether this ICO will do well, a good indicator is just see how it's gonna do during its IPO. And look, the stock has quadrupled since 2015. Both Airasia is doing very well. Airasia X is not doing so well. It just went up by like 10%, and Airasia X is essentially the long range, okay, the long range airline of Airasia. So the stock has also quadrupled since then. Dividend, and they did a dividend payout by selling the leasing unit for 4.62 billion ringgit, paying off debts, and declaring a special dividend. Now it will be an asset-light company, digitally focused firm, and this is what we love about Airasia, because it is a bet on fintech, a bet on the future. And please come with me, together with my friend Johnny Tong, for this great opportunity. And what's Bitcoin? Well, this is some of what we know now. We don't know a lot, so we're gonna keep our heads on the ground, okay? So that we know that we're aware of all these opportunities. Well, Bitcoin is a part of Airasia ICO and is part of its digital push. So it's based on the big rewards, the Airasia Points program, turning exploitative programs into more formal currency. An initial point offering. They're going to build a bigger logistics business. They're also going to go through a global growing content offering. And what they're going to do, this is what I like most about this, it's going to be a payment platform, okay? This is what I think is most exciting about Airasia. It's going to be a payment platform. So it is essentially a fintech company, okay? This is not about the regular Airasia. This, guys, is about fintech, okay? Financial technology, and this is a huge bet on the business. I mean, if it is, I don't know, I'm just speculating. I'm thinking that if they are a payment platform and they are remittances, and they have like 65 million user base, don't you think that this guy could actually be a bank? I mean, I look at it that one day that Airasia might actually be able to This intermediate banks, okay, that means they just put the banks out of equation. Yes, disintermediate the banks. And if that happens, guys, don't miss this, because this ICO is gonna be worth lots and lots of money. It is a super ICO because Tony Fernandez is a super duper kind of guy. Okay, so I follow Airasia closely. I am now accumulating my Bitcoins because I don't have any more details about when this ICO is going to be released. So what I did is I am just accumulating and getting as much Bitcoins as I can, in the hope that one day I will be able to collect a lot of coins from a lot of coins, okay, Bitcoins. The Bitcoins will become Bitcoins. So the Airasia IPO in 2006 was very good at 30% premium. Okay, you guys from the US might say, yeah, that's not good, but hey, this is Malaysia, guys. We have a low volatility market, and I can tell you that 30% is damn good. It's good for me. Now for Airasia X, they did it a different way, but what we know from the IPO of Airasia X, if you were a customer of Airasia X, you would get something like that's called a pink form, and that was the allocation for shares. Now the Airasia X IPO did not do so well, so I got out at break even. So, but now it's going to an ICO. This is a company that's going to an ICO, 65 million users. And remember that this is a stock which has quadrupled in 2 years. So this is good, okay? So again, the issue now that they even asked Tony Fernandez, hey Tony, what about the regulation? And his answer was very, very good, because he said, hey, Airasia is probably in the most regulated environment, which is the aircraft or airline business. And if Tony can actually surpass all that and make a big success out of Airasia when many thought that he would fail, then I am sure that he will make this ICO really fly, because he can get things done. So this is what I'm doing now. Okay guys, look at this. I am just maximizing my Bitcoins. I got like 25,000 of Bitcoins. So I'm trying my best now to go on Airasia wherever I go. This is when I met Johnny Tong in Chiang Mai. I hope to meet him again. So guys, follow the Crypto Vader channel. Just press subscribe so that you would get updated on this exciting ICO of Airasia. So that's it for now, and may the force be with you.